Okay, let's start. Good morning. It's a SIG Node CI subgroup meeting. Welcome, everybody. It's May 26, 2021. So agenda today, Francesco, you have a first item, and the only item, actually.
Yay. So, hey, everyone. So an update after last week. So I promised to run the test, try best effort run the test, and I'm happy to report there is some initial good progress. So I have a machine which can run those tests, not 24/7, but still it can run. So it failed after 24 hours. I collected a full log, so we have a backup plan to understand, a failover to understand what's actually going on CI. And I'm sharing the logs and all the parameters for the CI run, for the test run. This machine could not be put online, so it's very impractical to put it online for example, to have those logs easily accessible. So I need to publish somewhere, and unfortunately it's literally interactive, but it's something, and we can build on to understand what's actually going on. And this is it. I'm going to, you see there's 5 meg logs, so need to read it to understand what's going on, to read the bug, but I want to share first so we can go in parallel and iterate from there and fix eventually the CI lane. So this is the plan. This is basically what I'm up to. Anyone wants to reach us, maybe try this, try that. Let's have a look at the logs. I'm all ears. I'm happy to help. It will take some time to understand what's going on. There are a few suggestions flying, for example, from Benjamin. But it's going to be, well, I expect it to be a bit challenging to get to the bottom of it. So any questions or comments, I'm happy to answer.
And
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Lana. Go forward, Lana.
Oh, okay. I saw that there were a couple of PRs to help with this test up. There was one to increase the number of, I guess, I think open file handles that the API server can have, because it was like running over SSH or something like that, which was causing it to get artificially limited super low. And although I don't know if there's any way to verify that, but that was a claim. There was another one that will catch like the first SIG int that it receives. So like in CI, it will upload artifacts. So I don't know how to verify either of those things as problems. So I hadn't like LGTM'd either, but I did look at both PRs.
Yes,
seen that?
Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Oh, I was just asking, have you seen that?
Yes, I did. I reviewed I think both of them, or at least the double SIG-int one. And yes, Odin is helping a lot, but there are pretty much shots in the dark because we don't really know what's going on yet. And for my take is both of them are helpful. I'm not super happy with the one which ignores the first SIG-int, but Odin is well aware that, yeah, this is not the definitive fix, but to get out of the woods, we need to start from somewhere. And I agree, it's good enough first step. This is my take.
And regarding logs, did you manage also to collect kubelet logs? Because I saw like end-to-end node log, so probably it's like console log, but I did not see kubelet log.
Yes, it's console log. Yes, I should collect the kubelet log, and I will collect kubelet log for the run, which should be ending any minute. So after the meeting, worst case tomorrow European time, I will upload both of them.
Great, thank you.
So you're trying to run all of them, all the tests? Did you try to run tests one by one? Is it better?
The moment I started running the very same command line the infra is doing, the CI lane is doing, because I hope I'll get the complete picture. And once that is up, so we can look at it, I will start trying to pinpoint the failures and iterate from there.
And by the way, how long it took to run all this? Like,
Okay,
because
go on.
Because I believe you have 6 hours timeout under the CI, so probably it's took more than 6 hours. I'm just curious. Maybe for now we can just to increase CI timeout just to get some collection of logs that we can investigate without like.
Okay. The machine. So first of all, a bit of context to put things in perspective. I have a pretty old machine, but still is like 12 cores. SSDs, few gigs of RAM, and it timed out after 24 hours. So there is, I honestly didn't tell if it stopped somewhere and then time out, and so it was sitting idle for like 10 hours. I don't know yet, but this is the time frame I expect. So I'm not sure 6 hours is enough anymore. This is again me guessing. We need to deep dive to really be sure.
Perfect. I think Mike was going to try a look into serial. Mike, you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So yeah, please take a look at looks. Take a look at logs. Look at looks.
Yeah, I'll take a look at them.
And
Thank you.
Really, folks, something is missing. Just ping me. And the only problem is we will have to wait some hours to have the new runs. But past that, I'm here to help.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Yeah, and there is an exact command line that Francesco used in GitHub. So maybe you can try as well. This one, right?
Yes, I'm recording everything I'm doing to make it reproducible. And sorry to be redundant. Something's missing, done in a better way. I missed some setting from infra. Just ping me and I'll fix it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Thanks.
Perfect. Any other topics? I know, Ilana, you enabling some serial tests on pre-submit. I wonder how's it going? Like a long time ago, I was like wondering, there is a discussion whether we need to give machines to people, like just to have some machines for test investigations available. And the discussion was never went anywhere because it's really hard to understand who will be having these machines and how to run them. And I was always thinking like, why test infra wouldn't just run like test on demand?
I think it was honestly just an oversight. And I submitted a PR to add the jobs, and then Dims was like, well, I want them to like be on Containerd, not Docker. And I'm like, well, I want this whole job to be on Containerd and not Docker. I don't think that we should block it just because the pre-existing job that we care about and get CI signal from, or at least want to get CI signal from, happens to be on Docker right now. Like, that's something we can fix in the future, but that shouldn't block us from making it a PR-able thing. So I submitted the pull request for that in test infra. I haven't like checked on it in a bit. I don't know if anybody asked me to make any changes. Let's look.
Yeah. So, I mean, this PR will just allow to do /test and serial name on the PR, and it will just run all the serial tests.
Yeah, somebody put an LGTM on it, but it doesn't have an approved.
Okay.
And so somebody wants me to, it was Odin wants me to like maybe before we put a hold on this. Oh, Dims put a hold on this because he was like, can we make it Containerd? And I'm like, no, I just want to be able to run this as a PR. I'm not doing any changes to the job. We're already running it as a periodic. So I think that's fine. And then Odin asked if I could increase the timeout too, and I would be fine with that. And I think that we added a cryo one for C group V1 and V2, and those are failing, but we don't have one for either Containerd or Docker, and this was the one that I was trying to add. So, and let me share in the notes the link to the PR. But yeah,
so this PR will run serial test what the timeout will be? Like, do you know?
It's exactly the same as the periodic right now, which I guess is 300 minutes. And Odin asked if I can bump it to like 420 minutes to see if that helps at all. So I'm happy to do that.
Thank you.
But somebody needs to cancel the hold, figure out the Docker situation versus containerd, and we need an approver as well. So that's the status of that. But yeah, happy to go and bump the timeout on that PR.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a way to just run tests from PR. All of them, any of them, I would say. Okay, let's get into triage. Oh, interesting. I thought I cleaned up triage thingy. Yeah, there's one left.
Oh yeah, that one came in I think this morning, so I just dragged that onto the board. 13 minutes ago.
This is a product, right? It's not a test. Yeah, it's a product feature. Archive it. Yeah, we need to put it on other board.
So it's unclear to me because all of the work that's happening in this PR appears to be messing with the end-to-end tests. So yeah, that's why I didn't immediately archive this one.
I thought the very first file was product.
Well, it had a label kind flake on there. So, and I know it touches a bunch of stuff with the E to E test, but yeah, it's also changing actual like code logic. I almost wonder if at some point we should consider like, is it right now the key difference between the two boards that we have is that we're also triaging issues on the like what is currently the test board. And I know people have given feedback that it is confusing that we have two boards. I wonder if we should put all the PRs on one board and do like one board for issues and one board for PRs. Because I know that we have not been dealing with, at least for like, you know, this sort of product, like anything that's not a test flake issue, I have not looked at. I scheduled the bug scrub for June, and then hopefully we can kind of get more on top of that. But I wonder, because that's the main difference between the two boards.
I mean, main difference is this one concentrates on tests. So whatever affecting tests, we're discussing here.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true. I mean, mostly that people are like, well, I want to approve things, and there's two boards, and I'm confused which one I should look at, or I never look at the test board, or things like that. That is feedback that I have gotten. So I wonder if, you know, maybe what we do is we just have a filter view on the other board for the PRs, because I mean, other than, you know, the theme, like we're the split, like they're very similar in how they work. So.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, let's see. I mean, if you have more feedback, is it Murnal complaining that he needs to open two dashboards?
I think it's not just Murnal. I've had other people ask me about that and get confused about it. So.
Okay. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, Murnal definitely has been like vocal about it on the SIG Node.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I mean, it's way more comfortable to have smaller board for tests specifically, unless you want to converge this meeting into more than tests. We can merge in that case. Yeah, I know GitHub is not very flexible in how to triage and how to like merge things.
It certainly is not. Yeah, I have a bunch of like special links now basically for the other board for like filter views on that board, because going and trying to like click on 7 million things in order to filter on the things you want is like a giant pain.
Okay, other way around. PRs. Every PR has an SIG. This is cool. So do you want to go through issues? Anybody wants to get an issue?
The ones at the top, those are the super old ones, right?
Yep.
Low priority. That flaky test at the bottom there, I think I dragged that on the board as a thing we need to triage. This one, I saw there was an email to KDev about CI signal, and this was one of the ones that had come up on their report and had not been triaged by us. So I figured I'd bring that in for today.
Thank you. Okay. I mean, I think it's fair. I don't know how flaky it is, like, because this is a specific run, right? So Windows. Yeah, because one time CI team created a issue for flaking test, and it wasn't actually flaking at all. Does anybody wants to take a look? Config maps should be very
At least on that
straightforward.
particular run that they linked, there are a lot of tests that failed, like 35. So it could have been an infrastructure failure or something like that too.
Yep, exactly.
I
I
can
can find the link on. I mean, we can go directly to the.
You can assign that to me, and I'll go and like at least hunt for it in the triage and see if there are other instances of that.
Yeah, I know that config map was flaking on 119 board, but flaking like once in a blue moon. So, but maybe I don't know whether this one is coming from. I think this is master. Okay. Thank you, Lana. Okay, not conformance tests are broken. So this is specifically for Docker because containerd pass. Does anybody want to look at this infrastructure problem? Any takers?
I already have one issue on me, so currently now, like, I need to finish with the first one.
Definitely. Yeah, by the way, I see new people on the call, Ryan and Chiwang. Do you want to introduce yourself? Like say hi?
I pasted a link in my team chat and my team showed up. Hi, team.
Hey, yeah, I'm Ryan Phillips. I'm the team lead at Red Hat for Node. We're not doing a lot of container D stuff, so I don't know if we're best for this issue.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say like introduce yourself and take this issue. I just meant like I just looked who's on the call and
oh yeah,
you know. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here.
Chi?
Hi,
or-
hi, nice to meet you. I'm Qi Wang, and I'm a member of Node team, and I become the Kubernetes member like maybe 2 months ago. Yeah, just first time joining this meeting, just audio here, see what's happening. Thanks.
Perfect. And you both joined on Memorial Day holiday. I guess you're in US, so this is nice. Like most of there are many Googlers who are currently on vacation. Okay, let me check.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, and Peter too. Peter, you want to say hi?
Oh, sorry.
Hello. Hey, no worries. I'm Peter. I also am on the Node team, usually working on cryos, but hello. Nice to meet y'all.
And I am going to disappear for the long weekend after today, but I'm here because this is just such an important meeting. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Okay, let me check with maybe our team to see maybe who can take this. Okay, flags organization. Okay, so I mean suggestion better flex organization. It's important. We have a few issues like that. Yeah, I think it's also vulnerable. So let's do specific text and code. Which is cool. I think we need it. Anybody wants to start working on organizing stuff? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel that. Okay, let me ask differently. Is there anybody looking for task, or we just go directly into product triage? Okay, not today then. I think yeah, we're done with triage. I'm sorry, I was very busy and like I didn't file issues that I promised to file. I will do that. I don't think it's blocking anybody. Yeah, let's finish with test part of it and let's go to product triage. As usual, disclaimer: we are not like the second part of the meeting. You can like this is a good moment to drop off because we will stop recording and we will move into product backlog triage.
Thank you, Sergey.